I've been a lifeguard at Karikari my whole life, and one of the things that really stands out for me is the day when my family and I and our lifeguarding team brought a father back to life, and he was able to go home for Christmas. It was a long day at the beach, back at the club washing down the gear, and we got called down to rescue 3 people in trouble, pulled them out back to the club and washed down the gear a second time. And I was exhausted and ready to go home, and I was like, oh, where are my jandals? And couldn't remember where I'd left them. So grabbed a bike and went down the beach to look for my jandals, and I arrived over the brow of the hill to see 3 people, a dad and his 2 boys, in this really dangerous rip in the middle of the beach. And it was, I've got to get these people out fast, and I was trying to decide whether to go down and shift them or to go for help. And I compromised by jumping on the roof of our quad bike and signalling them to move out. And they saw me, and you could see that at that moment they sort of started to panic. And I drove extremely fast across the sand and waved madly at my husband and daughter and some of our other patrol members who were on the deck. And I could see that they were running down the stairs, turned around and sped down the beach again, grabbed 3 rescue tubes out of the back of the bike, put them on and sped into the water. And I swam out to the first patient, who was a 16-year-old boy, and I gave him a rescue tube and asked him about his dad and brother. And he said his brother was way out the back and his dad was off to the side and in a bad way. When I got to him, I rolled him onto me with the tube in front and cleared his airway and opened it. The man was in my arms, and then my husband came, and so he passed from my arms to my husband's arms, and then from my husband's arms to my daughter's arms. So it was like a real family affair, and we all share that common emotional experience. We work as a team, and it really bonds us together. All our West Coast beaches have these rips that from time to time become deadly. You just can't go to the beach unless there are lifeguards on and go swimming. It's just too dangerous. Over the course of that weekend, there were 9 people that would have drowned if we hadn't been in the exact right place at the right moment. You know, I'm so grateful that another family will be home for Christmas this year.